So if you are a young man finding yourself struggling with getting women, or you just got out of a relationship, maybe you didn't understand what went wrong, or you're just trying to experiment with women in general, and maybe you're not having as much luck as you thought you would, well, today I want to give you some advice on how you can make sure that you take the leadership role when it comes to being in a relationship with a woman. So let's get into it. One of the things that I struggled with in the 4-year relationship that I was in the past was taking the leadership role. I didn't quite understand how important it was to make sure that I was being the one that was head of the household, providing as much resources as I could with the woman that I was with. And inevitably that led to a very toxic relationship. She was playing her part. She was a good woman. She played her part. She mirrored me exactly. She was basically a mini me, but the only problem was that I was not the leader that I was supposed to be. So she mirrored me being a very emotional man. She mirrored me being sort of submissive to her and viewing her as an equal, viewing her as someone that is sitting at the same responsibility level that I was. We both were working jobs. We were working the same amount of hours. We do a lot of overtime. And in fact, we actually work at the same place. Like I said, I sort of ruined the relationship because I allowed her to mirror someone who just wasn't prepared to take care of her on a financial level, emotionally, and every other way that you can probably imagine. I just wasn't there, and I wasn't providing like I needed to. I didn't provide resources. You know, we were living at my mom's. We did have an apartment for a little while, but we were paying half and half. And like I said, inevitably that led to a terrible relationship. And eventually I had to step out because I just got tired of the way that she was being, and I got tired of the way that she was acting, but that was all on me because I wasn't playing the part that I should have played. After those 4 years, I learned that the number one most important thing is make sure that you as a man focus on what you need to do every single day, whether or not you feel like you should be focused on it, or whether or not you feel sad, whether or not you're tired, whether or not you haven't got enough sleep. Make sure that you work every day on yourself. Make sure that you put the priority in your work and the things that you do for work. Make sure that you prioritize your money. Make sure you prioritize your health. Make sure you prioritize religion, God, whatever it is that you pray to. Make sure that you prioritize yourself, because inevitably that will lead to a healthy relationship with your woman, because she will reflect that. She will mirror you. She will see a strong man that can take care of her, and she will put her trust into you. And this will create a very good dynamic in the relationship and allow you to kind of go through the relationship very stress-free and not have to deal with too many things. Number 2 on the list is going to be make sure that you can provide financially before you try to start dating women. Don't jump into relationships when you're broke. There's no need to. You're not going to be able to afford it. You're not going to be able to afford her because, you know, this is a harsh reality, but women are just extremely expensive. So make sure before you get into any sort of relationship that you can afford it. Work very hard, work 2 jobs if you need to, find a side hustle, work on your business, become financially free. Then once you feel as if you have enough money to, say, last 6 months without a job or whatever you're doing in life, make sure that you have 6 months of savings, make sure that you're making a decent amount of money, make sure that you can provide for her. You're going to have children, so make sure that you can provide for those children that are going to come sooner or later. When you are in that situation, then you should focus on dating, focus on sleeping with women, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Make sure that you focus on your financial situation first before you are trying to jump into relationships with a bunch of women, or you try to go sleep with women. Don't be a brokey trying to sleep with a bunch of women, because you're going to be focused on the wrong thing and you're never going to get rich like that. Number 3 on the list is going to be learn how to be emotionally intelligent. Learn how to control your emotions. Simply do not be an emotional man in the relationship. Do not reflect your emotions onto your woman. Do not try to explain your emotions to her. Do not try to, be vulnerable with her, because inevitably she will use this against you when you are at your worst. Because inevitably when you are at your worst, you're down on your knees, you're broken, or something's going wrong in your life. She is going to use that vulnerability that you gave to her, and she's going to use it against you, and she's going to stab into you and twist the knife. So don't allow that to happen. Make sure that you keep your emotions to yourself, but This doesn't mean that you need to hold everything in and one day it's just gonna burst. This means that you need to figure out how you can control your emotions, how you can work through them, and how you can kind of label your emotions, put them to the side, and understand that as a man, you are going to have emotions. Of course, you're gonna be an emotional person. This is just part of humanity. This is just how humans work. We are emotional beings. But at the end of the day, as the man, as the leader, as the provider in the relationship, you need to learn to put them aside and understand that just because you are sad, mad, frustrated, whatever it is, does not mean you need to act on your emotions. Learn how to process them, learn how to work through them on your own. Do not project them out into the world, because everyone in your life that you know will use your emotions against you when it comes to being a man. Learn how to be emotionally intelligent, learn how to process all that stuff, learn how to work through it in your head and get over it yourself. You do not need to reflect it on anybody. You don't need to talk about it. Therapists, all that stuff, you don't need to do that. Learn how to do it on your own. Find a group of people that you can actually, maybe another group of men that you can kind of work through your emotions with and learn how to control your emotions. And then you inevitably being around a bunch of other men, they're going to teach you how to sort of shut that stuff off, throw it to the side, and continue to work. And that's the best thing that you can do for your life, is just kind of put your emotions to the side and continue to work, continue to progress, continue to prosper. Those are the three things that I believe if you focus on, you can be a leader in your relationship and you can have great success with women. And it's just, if we backtrack it, it's just focusing on yourself. It kind of sounds counterintuitive, to get women. The thing that you should do is focus on yourself solely and women will come to you. But this is just the cold hard truth. If you focus on yourself every single day and you focus on your well-being, your fitness, your financial stability, your emotions, you focus on everything that has to do with you, women are going to fall in line for you and they're going to try and run at you. And you are going to have a line of women that hit the back door and you're not going to know what to do with it. Focus on yourself, do what you need to do every day, work hard, go to the gym, and you're going to have a very high demand of women in your life. If you enjoyed this video and you're struggling with finding women or struggling with anything in life, the younger man I'm specifically talking to, leave it in the comment section and comment what you are going through, and I will be there to respond and help you through it. All I ask of you is to share your experience so that I can help you through whatever you're going through. I'll see you in the next video.